Hello again, everyone. Saka here, and welcome back to PowerWash Simulator 2. And last time we did the rock climbing park, which took a big chunk of time. And looking at our next job, probably a big chunk of time as well, the roller disco. Welcome to the town of Bucketon, home of the Taco Torger. Taco Dorger. Sure. If you don't know what that is, it's a taco shaped like a hot dog that tastes like a burger. Traditionally served by a dog in Lederhosen, but that's not relevant to its name or the taste, or for this job for that matter. Anyway, the reason you're here is what we've just had a huge win. For years now, local enterprises have been forced to use our old roller disco as a makeshift premises, but an anonymous benefactor has come through with a substantial donation. It means we can roll everyone out into our brand new community hub and still have enough left over to clean this place up and restore it to its original purpose. Lace your boots, y'all. Bucketon's back on the map. A $3,000 job. Holy crap, that would take us up to $7,900. After this, we might get the industrial washer, which would be cool. Yeah, and part of me is saying, get this disco ball. Like, it's there. It's prevalent. Sticking out. Plus, it's cool looking. And we'll have to get to the top of the ball. And I don't know how we would do such things. Let's get our extension out. Oh, our extension was already out. Yeah, as glimmering as that is, it's tough to see where all the dirt is. So the posts, so the disco ball rod. Oh, we shall. Yeah, this thing is grody. Let's move. Can we get a ladder? Kinda. If we put the ladder here. Yeah, almost. It's a little bit difficult. Okay, so the disco ball rod. We've almost got it. Where in the gravy is this last little bit of the disco ball? Oh, on this side. Got it. Yeah, this is going to be quite the job. Come on, ball. Nice. And the roller disco cleaned the glitter ball first, and we did. And that's the disco ball rod done as well. All right. Holy crap. So I think we can start on one side and make our way forward. Oh man, this job. All right, so let's edge this out. We'll do the ceiling here first. Yeah, I got a feeling this job is going to be like the bane of my existence. We've got roller trim there. Looks like pretty caked on dirt as well. Yeah, this is one of those saddle in, get you a snack. Hope you went to the bathroom, because this one is going to take a hot minute. A lot of pay. $3,000. I think it's our highest paying job so far. And then once we can get that industrial washer, we'll be set to go the rest of the way on on one. All right, so is that caked on dirt? It really is. Holy crap. We'll need our extension. Yeah, there we go. So we kind of have to be mindful on the really sticky bits. This place is going to shine when it gets done. That's for sure. But getting there is going to be tough. I mean, yeah, that don't even come off. Yeah, that is really hard caked on dirt. So unlike the last time that had, you know, plastic that pretty much repelled all of the dirt, this stuff seems to be holding it. As you can see, when I broke the news to everyone, there were scenes. I'll explain. Yeah, you do that. All right, so I think that is the edge all the way up. So ceiling. Can we go wider with the green? It's still leaving some behind. So food court ceiling will... And then with those markings in the ceiling, the lines, the darker ceiling tiles, I don't know if that holds dirt or where that dirt would be. But we'll work on this ceiling as best we can. I don't know if we can bring the scissor lift over to assist us with this. Yeah, let's edge. And yeah, we're going to be leaving a big gap on that other side from there. We'll have to try to find another way to see those angles. Yeah, let's sort of go by section. Try to keep nice and organized. Make sure everything we do is clean in a section before going on. And hope the tolerances are good. Funny angles. Alright, so we can reach that. So that's the food court light. We'll just go around the food court light. Oh, I see over there. Yeah, thankfully we boosted up to this washer and extension. Alright, so that is the light perimeter done. Let's work on the wood here. So that's separate, that is paneling. So we'll definitely have an indication of when this is done. All right, right in the side. All right, paneling done. Our first bit finally done. So we can work on the other panel as well, I think. Oh, there is no other panel. So it's just roof. All right. Yeah, that seems to be working really well. finding a place to sort of stage, see what gets left behind. Yeah, I'll feel better when this ceiling is done, because we know we at least have a big portion taken care of. That's a funny angle. Yeah, definitely some stuck on dirt. Pretty bad stuck on dirt as well. I don't know if we can get soap up there or not. But luckily the ceiling's enough that we can kind of see the dirt. It's a bit difficult being purple, but we can still see where the dirt remains once we're done with our passes. With good tolerances, we'll be okay. All right, a little bit left over there. Come on, ceiling. Thank you. Good tolerances. Good tolerances indeed. So that's ceiling done. Let's work on the light. Any dirt on it will stick out like a sore thumb. It's a shame everything can't be so obvious. And the material is just letting that dirt come right off. All right, so that's outside edge of the light. We'll have to get on the back side. All right, in the little crevice. Yep, a little bit. All right, let's get to the other side here. So do we have... I mean, a little bit more. Aha! I see ya. All right, what's up? Oh, I see it right in the top side there. Counter. Maybe there in the angles. Oh, there we go. A little bit more in there. Thought we were good. Is a little bit of dirt along the edge. All right, can we soap? Just sort of see anything that sticks. So nothing on the inside. There we go. All right, so ceiling light is good. We have our trims. All right, so let's start from, let's say here. the food court wall. And we'll get the whole food court taken care of before we move on. Let's edge the floor. It's kind of an optical illusion. I can't tell where the corner of the floor is. It's the light. Yeah, so it's the neon. A little bit deceptive with that pink border. You'd kind of think that that was the wall, but it's not. All right, get in the food court door. And imagine that door will have multiple angles to attack from. Yeah, luckily we're close enough that the grime just gets shedded away. All right, make sure we're on the edge. All right, so food court wall is edged out. Then we have that grating. All right, so this isn't holding on to the dirt as much as the ceiling did, which is all well and good. 5% done overall. Yeah, we'll get right there in the crevasse. All right, so we'll have to get to the top. And I don't know if this is good enough to get the top of that. Maybe we get onto the railing here. And we just make sure that the top of this is taken care of. Right in the corner. And then we'll give it an underside clean. All right, so that should be the grating all done. Oh, neon. Hello, hot dog. Okay, thank you. Good tolerances on the hot dog. All right, so we're good there. Let's get this part taken care of. Nice. So while we're here, the kiosk frame. All right, so then the little fiddly bits, I'm sure. All right, kiosk frame is good. The shutter. And with this being metal, it shouldn't take too awful much to get this cleaned off. Yeah, fairly quick job. All right, shutter good. All right, continuing on. A lot more shutters to go. And the wall to go. So I think for this, what we'll do is we'll do like, since we're doing room by room, the last thing we'll do in the room is the pizza pan floor. So we won't do the whole establishment's floor at one time. We'll treat each room separately so that we know we can move on and not have to backtrack. At least that's my hope and goal. All right, get in the crevice there for the wall. We're like right at the angle to get the wall and shutter from the counter. So I think that should be okay. Yep, got that shutter there, and skadoosh. Nice, so that should be wall complete. I see ya. See a hamburger there coming to life. A little bit hungry myself, actually, but this will probably be a multiple-hour job, so not eating anytime soon. All right, I see you up there. I got a feeling that this wall, once we get wrapped around to it, the wall's not going to be done, and we're going to have one microscopic part left to do. Let's get the shutter and the frame all around the outside. Oh, I see you. Well, I thought I saw you. Oh. Right on the front edge. Good deal. Then we can take care of this frame in one, or the shutter in one fell swoop. Nice. That's what I like to see. All right, continuing on. Oh, and the walls are in sections too. Good deal. So we'll know before we get to the halfway mark if this food court wall is completely good. Which I'm hoping it will be. We'll see where the wall ends and the... Okay, so that's the top good. All right, so that is wall panel. That's flooring. So once indeed, yes, as I suspected, the food court wall is not done. There's something on this wall that it doesn't like. I'll edge it just to see. Yeah, so there's something on this wall is not good. We'll blast it with some wide stream. And it could be a thing where it's along these shutters. Because we got the trim. The trim is good, so it's just the pink wall down that it does not like. And it goes down to the neon. Crap. Let's try under the shutters. Let's try on top of the shutters. We might... Can we bring a step ladder? Yes, we can. So that's not it. Oh, I think I see it. No. All right. Excuse me, ladder. Soap it up, see what we got. Does the soap stick to anything? Doesn't look like it's sticking thus far. Is that it right there? Well, that's part of the shutter frame. That's just as I suspected. There's one little piece of dirt that is not clean. That's stopping this whole wall from being done. I wonder if it's on top. Yeah, it's on top of the... Yeah, the condiments over there. Okay. We got it. We'll need a bigger ladder for such things as these. Hoy. And it would help if we could climb. Got it. So good tolerances there once we got all of that done. All right. the wall panels and the door. Are we good with green here? It does look like we are. Maybe not. Let's go to yellow just in case. All right, so we got the window done. Handle done. Door done. Paneling done. Good deal. So it's panel. Window needs to be hit. All right, so food court window, food court door, the door frame. All right, so we'll get in there and do door frame. Cool, door frame done. Cool, window, panels, all that good stuff. Thought I saw kind of a little bit there, but as we're moving and cleaning, we can guarantee that we don't move on without triggering. Everything behind us will be clean. And now we know to go to the top of the neons. Everything will be awesome. Right along that frame. And then what I'll do, I'll go ahead and get this now. Right on the top there if we can. Right there. Cool. And then get the wall. Nice. And it's a pizza. I thought it was going to be a fish, kind of the way the pointy end on the right kind of looked like a fish head. But yeah, I can see why you don't advertise like fish in your food court. Get right along that back side if we can. We'll get... Can we hit that? We'll just make sure that we hit it. That should be good. The counter behind us is being difficult, but we'll make do. All right, cool. So let's get under the frame. And then backside here. Right, kiosk frame. Cool. Yeah, it's a shame things can't be made out of the material this shutter is made out of. Things would go much quicker. Right, cool, shutter done. And it was a good sight to see the trim tick off. We were pretty thorough when it came to the trim. All right, cool. So shutter, frame. Right alongside, got that wall. Railing might be a little bit in the way. All right, cool. So I think that's wall done. Around the shutter, that is. And what do we have there? Ah, noodles. Ramen. Cool, so we got the noodles done. All right, so that is that. Let's work on the underside wall here. Good deal. So this should be wall done once we hit the top of the noodles. And the trim should fire as well. Cool. Trim fire. Wall fire. That's what I like to see. So we saw its tricks, and we were able to adapt. Cool. And then shutter will be real quick. Then we get the actual furniture in here. Now that we have the outside edge done. All right, so that is wall, signs, top, floor, door, all that good stuff. All right, so let's work on this business. All right, the service screen. We'll see if we can hit the top of the counter. And then, yeah, I don't think we'll need our extension for these. So we'll do what we can from the top here. This is just going to be a mess that we have to coordinate. All right, so back side of the machine. The front of the counter here. Spraying a monitor with pressure wash. Can't beat it. All right, food court services screen, good. What I kind of want to do is work inside first. So we'll get so individual cup stacks need to be cleaned. All right, so that's the machine. So that's the groups of cups. The machine still needs work. Oh, the top in between all the cups. There we go. All right, so that's the soda machine. All the cups are spoken for. All right, so we're good there. We'll work on counter. Lottie-dottie, everybody got that. In between the cups and on the counter. Hopefully the payment machine will still work. Coffee grinder. Yep, that's what I thought. All right, counter inner. And hopefully this will be fairly quick. We'll have to edge once we get all of this done on the inside. Alright, so what do we got? Doors down here. Imagine edges. Got that door. That door still needs to be got. Alright, so that's counter inner. Alright, so door, door. This door needs to be done. That door's good. This door needs to be done. Right on the back side. Alright, door, 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 door. Alright, so I think that's everything on the inside of the counter. Excuse me, ladder. Why don't you go ahead and park up there? Get the edge. That'll set up the pizza pan nicely to get all of this dang floor done. All right, countertop good. Countertop outer should be fairly quick. It's cool seeing color come back to this place when everything is dirty brown and black. To see neons come out and things of that nature. All right, counter outer. Whew, we got an Audi. All right, so I think that is everything attached to this counter. So what I'll do now is I'll edge the floor so that our pizza pan can come through and do a good job. Yeah, so that floor technically counts, but it's got a lip, and I'd rather edge it to where we have a flat surface that the pizza pan is going on than a little raised section. All right, cool. Let's go ahead and get the handrail. All right, so I think that is all one piece. If we can get both rails done, then we can kind of focus on the floor. Cool, so that's rails done. And yeah, let's use the white since we're like right on it. That would give it the best spread to get all the intricate bits. Cool. That'll help it wrap around the pole and whatnot. All right, what are we looking at? Yeah, backside. Cool. Pizza pan. Yeah, we'll just do laps in the floor. And then we will be done with the food court section. And that isn't even 1/5 of the way through the whole dang plant. Or the whole skating arena. It's definitely more involved than any skating rink that I've been to personally. It's got a better aesthetic here. Not much funding was put into my local skating rink once upon a time. pretty bare bones. It didn't look anything like this with cool 80s aesthetic and neons and all that stuff. But yeah, it's definitely good to do one little section at a time for sure. That way we can put things behind us and not have to worry about turning around and finding the last few things. Alright, a few more laps to go. Just like the last job, we're kind of almost in the sectioning off phase where we've got a little bit on one side and a little bit on the other. And then even more involved behind the counter. So we'll just make sure everything in front of the counter is good. And now that we're separated out, leaving little bits and bobs behind, can't do that. So is this separate? So it's still just food court floor, good. I didn't want there to be like inner food court, outer food court, or whatnot floor. So behind concessions is good, and we're even seeing the reflection of the light from above. Nice shiny floor. Don't slip. Hopefully you got your rubber booties on. Alright, so food court floor. I've done my lap. Looks like we'll need to do just some touch-ups here and there. Oh, derp. What am I doing? Cool. So, I think that's food court done. Alright, we'll get top of the stairs. And we'll basically make the neon here the line of demarcation. Get right along the neon there. And the steps are kind of reminiscent of the carnival we did. Cool, top step done. Yeah, in reality, all this would be running down onto the nice clean floor we just did. Yeah, just get the sides so we don't have to worry about it. Second step done. Third step done. Fourth step done. I see ya. And last but not least, the way into the food court, done. All right, so everything from here forward looks awesome. Then we have all of this. All right, so let's focus on, say, booths. And then we'll go, like, around. Yeah. Right there in the lobby wall. So we are now technically in the lobby zone. Yeah, and then part of me wants to kind of do what we did last time and focus on the ceiling first. Get all this intricate bits. Cool, so that's the trim done. Then we'll get right in the corner. So lobby ceiling arch. And then there's the lobby ceiling. So technically, we can edge right along here to get a line of demarcation to the ceiling. And then edge right through the corner here. And once again, it kind of looks like the ceiling is going to give us a rough time if we aren't right on it. Excuse me. Have to climb on some furniture to make sure we are edged properly. All right, so we'll start here. Lobby ceiling, I can kind of see some left behind. I'm not sure. Yeah, so there's a little bit of fiddly bit right there left behind. And this is a tough angle to get. And that's too far away, really, for us to make do. All right, I think we're okay. Yeah, making good progress here. I think once the ceiling is good, we can head down to the walls. Basically do this food court section sort of separate. Can we get over there? Yes, we can. Cool. That is handy. And looking at the rest of the ceiling, we're see a little bit there, but we were being pretty thorough. Excuse me, ladder. All you ladders move out of my way. Yeah, some of that's pretty caked on. Yeah, we'll get the trim later. Ceiling is our focus. All right, spin right round. Hey. Yeah, we're not close enough to really do damage. We basically have to be right under it. And that should be edging. Got a little bit there. All right, please be good. Thank you. All right, cool. So ceiling is good. We can do edging. Yeah, that's going to be a whole nother ball of wax. So let's work on trim. And we're definitely going to have to climb to get above that trim, because I imagine there's going to be a ton above it. All right, ladder. Yeah. Right, so trim is good. And yeah, this is pretty handy. A good height for us here. Where does this ladder go? Can we get cheeky? Yeah, we can go almost to the end. All right, so we'll edge the arch and go to here. I think this might be sort of like the middle point for it. And get that trim there. All right. That's kind of not... We can do the red. That's not cutting as much as I would like. Yeah, we're not even close there. Excuse me. Grab this ladder, please. Don't want to? Fine. Yeah, it's getting confused. Now I'm getting confused. There we go. Yeah, so this is definitely a adjust your ladder position sort of flow. All right, we'll get the edge here. All right, so that's arch good. So while we're here, I suppose let's take on this arch. Let's try green, because I mean we're right here in its face. A little bit there. All right, so that's half arch good, which tracks. Yeah, we kind of lose a little bit from the green, but yellow should have no problem. Now let's just work our way down this way. It sucks we can't set up this big ladder kind of right in the middle. All right, the green is okay if we go over twice. We're kind of like right on the edge, so we'll use yellow to get to the back, and we'll shoot as far as we can up. And then looking at the total, yeah, I don't know if all of this classifies as the lobby curve ceiling or if this is only half of it. If this is one part or that other side also classifies as the lobby curve ceiling, the same lobby curve ceiling. All right, this is really all we can do from here. It'll be so nice to get back to groundwork. Do the booths and whatnot. Doing my Michelangelo impression is not what I want to be doing. All right, so we're out of range on those yellows there. Starting to get a little bit out of range here. All right. Yeet. Oops. Just work from the top. Yeah, that middle part is going to be a little bit inconvenient. So can we do one of these numbers? I mean, it feels okay, but still, it's funny angles rotating the knob. But we are making do. Things are going well. All right, that's our extent, cranking our neck up as high as it'll go. Can we hit this as well? And we've taken a good chunk out of the curved ceiling part. Now we just need to find a way to kind of get that middle. Because we've almost got this half done. It's really starting to lose its power here. And we can't reach that without going wonky. Are we good? All right, so center. That's, where do we go from here, man? From here? Yeah, we just have to go over it a lot. But it does reach. All right, Red. It's a job for you. Thank you. Cool. One less thing to worry about. So while we're here, we use the red to get as much of the trim as we can. The arch is halfway. That trim is good. That ceiling is good. So now we just basically mirror what we just did over here. Yeah, so that's the ceiling arch that we're working on here. And we'll edge to there. Right, yeah, the green will work on that extension. Yellow, also do the work. All right, cool. So that's arch done. Middle trim, we can do pretty well. Might have to move the ladder now. Scooch it over to the center. I just basically make sure the trim is good, and then all we'll have to worry about is the ceiling itself. All right, trim is good. Now it's just up to the ceiling. So we'll edge that out. And I think we have another arch. No, so no other arch. It's just that trim there. Right, cool. So from here, work on what we can. The tolerances seem pretty good from the other half of the ceiling. We didn't have to go searching if we did a thorough job. All right, starting to run out of power there. We'll basically just go in a bit of a semicircle, because we know everything inside that semicircle we can hit. It may look a bit wonky. Okay, so we can go over there a bit. Right, hit that up. All right. Yeah, the job doesn't feel tough. It's intricate. A lot of moving parts, but not difficult. Nothing where we have to soap everything or we can't see the dirt that we're currently going after. We're actually making pretty good headway here. I get that trim, top of the trim. Can we get this? Yes, we can. Yeah, starting to run out of juice now, though. But overall, not bad. As far as like a zone of cleaning. Yeah. Not bad. About half of it done from there. And since we're here, hit that trim some more. This basically in our face. Can we... So it kind of works. The pizza pan. It does splatter all kinds of dirt everywhere. One good thing is we can still see what it leaves behind. All right, big extension. We'll stick with yellow. Go as far as we can. In the corner, by the high tables, is where Jams has been running the community kitchen. Not only is her cooking incredible, but her language is even spicier than her hot sauce. So kids are like moth to a flame. When she found out we've refurbished the diner on the corner of Ellison Street, she went wild and cooked up a feast for half the town. All right, sounds good. All right, cool. So we got our extents kind of set now. Now we won't be cranking our head too much. And I think it'll be like one more move. And we'll be able to get the rest of it. Because the tolerances aren't good enough for me to be almost done here. Although, I say that. Yeah, we'll need the red, I think. Let's see if we can red it up without moving. Just get the little bits and bobs left over. Because there's like some there. Nice! So the arch is good. Let's pull down the ladder, put it over here. Because we have the trim to do. All right, trim is set. All right, so we got this back side here. Can we reach up there? Not even really with the red. All right. Nope. Move out of the way, please. Move out of the way, please. Yep, that's where we're going. All right, so we'll green it up. Entrance wall. Yeah, there we go. And then definitely the top of the sign is going to need special attention. Because that's a ledge that we wouldn't be able to get to. So yellow seems to be fine here. All right, I think... Oh. Yeah, because we got the ledges that we're going to have to hit from the other sides as well. That's not good. Yeah, we'll hit the ledge right under the sign here. And then we'll have to get the ladder to the other corners to get the other sign ledges that we couldn't see from the center. Yeah, and the sides as well. Let's make sure this side is okay. It is not. We can blast that. Yeah, we'll just need to bring... Excuse me. Just need to bring that over here. So we got that taken care of. Got that top bit. Up. Come here. Come here. There you go. And kind of inconvenient ladder in the way. Yeah. So the ladder inconveniently goes right over the dirt we need to clean. There we go. Probably wouldn't hurt to do the other side too. Hello. Pick it up. Because I imagine... There we go. So now, we could probably get the regular ladder and an extension. Disco wheels and groovy feels. Yeah, and that's convenient to be able to pick up this ladder and put it where we need to. so we're not fighting a specific position. All right, so we can go right down to the entrance wall trim. All right, entrance wall done. Then there's just entrance wall trim. And while we're here, you just go there. I don't need you anymore. Yet. All right, entrance wall trim should be nice and easy. As long as we don't go slamming our face into the ladder we put down. And then we'll be back on groundwork, where things can really speed up. Cool. Got that. We'll trim this out. Entrance wall and entrance floor. The door. All right. So now I think we're ready to work on this wall. Move you back here, please. And happy to be back to groundwork. Hopefully the other ceilings are kind of low enough that we don't have to worry about pulling ladders and hitting at a funny angle. Yeah, imagine this poster is going to be tricksy. Yeah, so we may need a ladder to get up on top of the poster. Wouldn't hurt, just to see. Plus that gets the wall too. All right, blast the poster. What kind of 80s situation do we have here? Roller disco rocking the 80s. Then we may need that ladder again on top of the door. Right there in the corner. All right, so it's an overlip. Very cool. So we don't have to worry about anything hanging over the edge. And this should be the entire entrance wall, unless there's a little bit in the door nook and cranny that we can get to. Yeah, the majority of the wall. Will be set. Entrance wall good. Window frames and windows. We'll probably have to come back over. No. Okay. Window frame is good and window is good. Can't see exactly where I'm aiming, but we are going over. Yeah, it may be better to do something like this. In a perfect world, we'll hit all three together. Window frames. Just like that. That's what I like to see. Cool. So that wall is done. Yeah, do we kind of loop around, continue on, keep on keeping on? So we'll edge this counter. Oh, and I bet there's going to be a lot of dirt trapped on top of that sign. So that's the skate rental place, huh? We'll edge out this ceiling as best we can. Once again, making sure that the ceiling is good before we move on. All right, so the trim is set. Yeah, so now it's just lobby ceiling. And our extension is good enough. That we can indeed get the dirt from here. No ladder required. It is inconvenient running into the frickin' Tetris bench. There we go. I kind of want to see what I'm aiming for below instead of having it so far up. But with our extensions, the seats will allow us to do a pretty decent job on this ceiling, I would think. We can tear through the ceiling pretty well. With maybe one minor move here. Just a little bit there. Let me reorient myself. A little bit of dirt there, a little bit of dirt there. Yeah, for as dark as the ceiling is, I'm glad that the dirt kind of stood out a bit. All right, I think we're good. Let's reorientate. And if we have been thorough enough, when we get to this corner, nice. That's what I like to see. So ceiling now is good. We can just basically go up and down working this outside wall. We'll go ahead and edge it. And then part of me wants to actually do the inside of the counter before we do the outside. All right, so let's do that. We'll edge right in there. Get to the inside of this counter. Where all the skates are signed out. And I see those skates there too. Those are going to be tough to clean. All right, so that will be this office edged out. Cool, so that's what we'll do. We'll work on the inside. Get this nice and tidy. So we have the inside sealing to do. And this should not take long at all. The pressure is with us. All right, reposition. Yeah, and with a free and clear walkway to move up, making short work of this. Our reception ceiling, good. All right, so back wall then, perhaps? We'll do the trim. Getting the groove right by the trim there. Trim stops there. Trim set. Next trim set. Yes, I don't know. Back wall. And getting in between these shelves will be interesting with all the hidden zones. Part of me thinks that maybe a ladder should come in here so that we can hit them from better angles. Oh, we have a door there I didn't even see. Cool, so let's work on the corner then. We'll get the doors taken care of. We'll go ahead and edge the counter, or the shelving, and treat that as a separate entity. See if we can get a ladder in there to help. Alright, door is good. Door frame is good. Window is good. Window, handle, door, door frame. Because, yeah, we can kind of get some angles here. But everything above us is just like a no-go. Oh, and those little inner posts are not black. They are blue. The bits and chunks coming off of this thing. Let's get the rack edged, so we at least get those. Hit the skates. And these angles. Yeah, we definitely have to go at it from corner to corner. Alright, so those skates are good. Right, drawers. Geez, up and under. Yeah, up and under the lip here. Very, very sneaky. Alright, so drawer, drawer, drawer. So this drawer is not good. And there's no reason why it shouldn't be. Alright. That skate's good. Can't tell if that is dirty or part of the paint, that blackness. Alright, that roller skate's good. Let's see if we can bring the little step ladder in. I hate to hop on that counter. Yeah, this is what we needed. So we can get skates there. A little bit of the back wall. Still bloody terrible. Heh. Oh, I see that. Alright, so that was the reception wall. Got some roller skates left to get. Those two skates are good. That skate's good. That skate still needs work. The toes, I imagine, yeah. Alright, so pairs of skates good there. The roller skate rack. And that's the thing, the skate rack, there we go, is one big component. So hitting it from all sides is imperative. That's a little bit there. And I don't know if it is in a groove or if it's in the back. Oh, I think I see it. Whew. Alright, so the skate rack is good. Put you back out here. So, skate, 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 skate. Ah, skate, 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 skate. Skate, 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 skate. Skate, skate. I think we're okay. Alright, so that is wall taken care of. Alright, we can pick up where we left off now. With the little reception wall. Cool. Counter inner. Yeah, and I don't know if that lip up there is holding dirt for the counter inner. I would say that it is. All right, so that's two separate counter inners. Yeah, edge these corners. Counter trims. Yeah, we're gonna have to get even higher. Let's see if this big ladder can fit in there. If not, we might have to bring a big step ladder. There we go. Is that just stuck on dirt? Or is there something else that I'm missing here? Reception counter inner. And that goes to another bit. I don't see anything hiding out over the counter trim. Huh. That's got me perplexed. I guess we'll just keep on keeping on. Do like this whole zone, and then if it still doesn't fire, we'll kind of see what we got. Ah, so that was counted, yeah, all together with the counter inner. So we got that. Reception counter trim is now set. Yeah, so all of that was sort of looped around. All right, got that. Make sure that we get into the crevice there. And this big plastic light, easily cleaned. Right there in the angles. Get the trim. Cool, now be that done. All right, yeah. Let's do something like this. And it does kind of loop around too, so we'll have to pay that in mind. All right, let's give her a move here. Readjust myself. The reception counter is going to be quite the involved bit, it looks like. Yeah, we even have countertop bits. Yeah, behind the computer, the point of sale. Let's just go ahead and get this counter taken care of. Right, calculator good. Skates coming alive. All right, reception counter. Cool, got it. Super spray the computer. Got that. The skates. One skate, two skate. All right, cool. Yeah, then we got the front counter, I suppose. So we'll get the top counter trim taken care of. And then over the top, I see. Yeah, so that'll be one part in two separate sections here. Get the angle. Cool. So we'll come straight down. This will be counter outer. And if that all loops together with the thing up top, we'll have to get that as well. Yeah, counter. All right, so we're on, yeah, a chair plushy bit. All right, so that's trim as well. Probably the top of these signs are going to be terrible. So that's the sign and the trim. If we get lucky, the tolerances will allow us. Oh, I was worried about that. Okay, cool. So that's everything inside there done. Now I suppose we can continue working. Let's bring this ladder. Yeah, let's just, can we kind of saw it? There. That way we can get top of the lockers. Kind of top of the lockers. Need to go a little bit more powerful at this distance. Hey, nice. Let's grab the green. Yeah. So what we'll do, so we don't have to come back down, we'll do our work right here, up to the trim. Because then I think we can hit the trim from the ground. It's just all this stuff we would be blocked at a funny angle. Yeah. So now we're good. Back to my yellow. That's my tried and true. Dang seats. Alright, trim done. We'll edge the lockers a bit. Edge the floor. Alright, yeah, now we can get this lobby wall taken care of. Excuse me, little gumdrop seats. It'll be interesting to see what those actually look like. We'll do them before we do the floor. All right, wall done. Hit lockers. Lockers console. All right, so the surround. Yeah, I imagine a little bit of a hidden dirt situation. Cool. I was wondering what was up. Luckily, locker's nice and easy. And then side panel. It is inconvenient to have our ladder there. Place, thank you. Got a little lip on the bottom. All right, locker unit good. Locker unit not good. I mean, we went up top. Okay, I don't know what we hit, but we hit it. All right, let's get this trim now. Trim should be fairly easy. Then we'll work on walls and furniture. Oh, of course, that trim goes up. All right, so we'll need our step ladder and our extension. All right, we'll move a little bit closer. Excuse me, little ladder. Inconveniently placed ladders. Yeah, we'll make sure this trim works all the way around. All right, so that's that trim set there. Then we have the trim all the way around here. I just want that one piece sort of taken care of. So we'll do the trim before we do these walls here, just so I can say that everything below the trim, or everything above the trim, is good. All right, that's set. Trim's doing good. Let's hit, of course, inconveniently placed ladder. You know what? You just sit down there, where you're not going to be needed anymore. And then I'm going to need it. All right, trim set. Good deal. So then it's, yeah, the wall, the arched wall. And this arched wall goes all the way around too, inconveniently enough. All right, ladder. Now we get the top of this. And if we can get on top of these lockers. Yes, indeed. So we'll get the tough bits. The bits we can't see. Especially in like this little window here. And right alongside here. Low crawl back. And then that will help us when we get to the other side. Everything on the inside will be done. Oh, nice. Didn't even have to wait for the other side. Yeah, these circular windows are just asking for trouble as far as cleaning is concerned. All right, we got everything on the top of them. Yeah, that sucks, man. We would have to come at them higher than that. Luckily, that one we can see pretty well. All right, so you're good, but you're not. Now you are. Good deal. Oh, very tight quarters here. Between the wall and the bench. Let's do the best we can there. All right, so I think that's all the wall up to here. Yeah, so this arch wall goes on and on and on around. All right. We'll get right in the edge. Of the arched wall. Kind of do like what we did for the trim. And say everything from the arched wall down needs to be done. An interesting aesthetic, but these arched windows are just full of trouble. Luckily, we have some places to stand. If we can get to them. Cool. That's appreciated. And right along this booth, inconveniently placed trash can for this arched wall. Excuse me, trash can. We need the arch wall. This will be a substantial chunk once this arch wall is done. Come on, window tolerances, be good. Thank you. I think this is actually it because the other wall is separate. Thank you. And then this will be nice and easy. Right along the edge there. Yeah, so the wall was good. We were good there. Whew. Wow, this place really brightens up. All right, lockers. Yeah, we'll edge you. All right, cool. What am I? Wow, inconveniently placed ladder just sending me up into outer space. Thank you. Oh, I thought that said Star Wars on that screen, but no. Probably push to start. Something like that. And then one more locker. All right, locker enclosure is good. Then, yeah, lockers, bench, and then we have the cubicles. And then this inner arch. And we will be done with the food court side. All right, side of the bench is good. Corners of the bench are good. That 1950s diner vibe. All right, that is all set. Lockers, bench, base. Kind of at a funny angle, but we've got it. At least I thought. Gotcha. All right, so that is that. That is that. Cubicles and trash can. Trash can should be fairly quick. As long as we can get the right angles on it. Have to hop on this bench, I suppose. Yeah, and this is going to be really hard to get the floor in, so we'll come at it from these angles here and just make sure the floor around the garbage bin is okay. All right, so we'll start from the outside. Make sure the booths are good. All right, cool. On down. And the backing of the booth. So let's, yeah, just get the booth top taken care of. Cool, got that one. All right. Right along the edge there, that one's good. Cool, that one's good. So now that the top is fine, we'll work on getting this seating bit by bit. Alright, so booth frame good. Luckily we can kind of stand in the center of this. And get all of the seating. Make sure the ends are okay. Oh, and we got all the dang floor bits too. Alright, yeah, let's get the seats. And then we'll get the undersides. Just kind of blast them from back here. Alright, so that's bench is good. Then we have the base. And that does go indeed along the corner. It'll be tough to edge the base and the floor. But we'll give it a shot. Alright, cool. So that's done. Then what we'll do, I can't get the pizza pan in there, so we'll make sure that the floor in each bench is taken care of before we move on. Alright, booth table. And I didn't do the table edge. Ketchup and mustard. Napkin holder. Alright, boost. And I imagine the underside is also going to be a cause of concern. All right, table good. So that's one booth. And this is crazy. I mean, just look out there at all the things that's left. I might cut this up into two parts. Call this like skating rink, food court. We will see. I guess it just depends on how involved the next section looks. If there's a lot of intricate bits with side rooms and like a full bathroom or something, yeah, we might cut this up. Because this is definitely the most involved job as far as intricate bits and pieces that we've done thus far. Alright, so that's bench seating done. We can do the booth bases. Alright, that's taken care of. Mustard, ketchup, coaster, and napkin holder. We're lucky we'll get... Nah, table still needs... There we go, some care. We'll make sure to get the very back of the floor. And that will hose everything out of the booth as far as the floor is concerned. One more again. Yeah, for the amount of size the booth is, it goes pretty quick from our angles. Frickin' gnome. Excuse me. You're gonna impede my cleaning process. Alright, so that's bench seats. Done. We'll make sure the frame is good. Frame set. A little bit up and under. Bench is done. Yep, that done. Table. Part of me wanted to pull out the pizza pan, but all right. Holders, ketchup, mustard. Edges. And underside. Cool. Make quick work of that. Then the floor. To outside the booth. Awesome. Pizza pan. We'll have no problem reaching that. All right, so those are those done. Now we've got these little seats. Shouldn't take too awful long. Like child's play after all the intricate things that we've been doing here in the food court. And then our last bit will be the floors in here. And the one thing that I will look at and see if the floor is separate from the rest of the establishment. Because if it is, then we can take our pizza pan, get the floor done, and essentially be done with this section of the skating rink. If it is all one big piece, then I don't want to like halfway do it with the pizza pan, knowing that it's part of a larger floor. So that's what I'll look and see once all of these seats are good. All right, so that's the top's good. This is a bit of a funny seat situation. Because really, it's just overhangs and places to trap dirt is all that I'm seeing with this. Like, yeah, all these little outcroppings. It's like, why do you need that? Just gets dirty. Yeah, we'll go ahead and do that little outcropping so the pizza pan can get in there. Or doesn't have to get in there. All right, so it looks like these seats are all three separate. Please tell me. You good? Then you'll be good here in a second, I hope. You're good. Then you'll be good here in a second, I hope. You're good. Last chair. And you'll be good here in a second. I hope. Nice. All right, so lobby floor. And yeah, this is a whole... So it goes up to here to the dance floor. So what we could do is squeegee all the way out on the wood part. All right, so set our ladder in here. Our other step ladder can go in here as well. We already have a ladder ready there to go. So let's do one quick pass. I think everything is edged. But we'll just make sure that our pizza pan has no issues getting in these nooks and crannies. What we might have to do is this floor here in between these seats, because it's kind of tight space. And we want to give the pizza pan maximum opportunity. All right, so all of that's straight, all of that's straight and edged. Yeah. Okay, cool. Let's get this archway. So we can edge this bit. And unfortunately, I think that's kind of front and back in the other room. All right, we'll get our... Luckily, we didn't keep it too far away. We get our arched wall archway. Taken care of. And for completion's sake, what I might do is, in that arched archway, go to the other side. By the DJ booth is where Tony's been running his bird sanctuary. He gets everyone involved in that. Every Sunday morning, you'll see him lead this long line of kids down the street, all doing this bizarre head-flexing pigeon walk roller disco. When he found out he was going to be heading our new community wildlife center, his jaw nearly hit the floor. Unfortunately, then he decided to launch his pigeons into a celebratory flyover the disco. It was the birth of the universe, pure chaos. Yeah, so we'll just do this backside for completion's sake, so that I know no part of the cafe needs to be done again. It's like once we cross that threshold, we're done. We're good. And what's crazy is all of this, and I'm sure the floor is going to add up quickly, but all of that is only 40%. 40%. And we've been going for a hot minute. I don't exactly know how long, but this feels just as long as the barn did. So it's arch wall, archway. Come on, archway. You know you want to. Where does it... Oh, right there. Possibly. Come on, guys. I don't have time for this. Oh, why you gotta be like that? There we go. Cool. Archway done. Now, it's just time for the pizza pan to start on this floor. And like last time, I'm sure there's different floor sections that we're going to be coming to. But this will complete this half of the establishment. And I hope it's half. When we're done with this floor, hopefully this says 50%. Like total job time. As a matter of fact, we'll sweep this one and get it completely separate. Nice reception floor. And it looks like reception floor is actually a whole separate part. So we'll go ahead and do that separately. Cool. And this is lockers floor. Hopefully we're getting in there close enough. Yeah, I don't like that. We'll go ahead and get that out. Yep, so that's lockers floor. We'll go ahead and take care of that. Yeah, chewing through quite a bit. That's what I like to see. Anything? Thank you. Tolerances were barely there. All right, cool. And then we've got the booths floor. Which we already did the majority of. Oh. A little blast behind the posts. All right, cool. Yeah, we'll just do booths floor, and then the hardwood will sort of be the last thing, because that will take us into the next room. All right, one more pass should be, and seating booths floor should be done. All right, seating booths floor done. Then we've got entrance floor. I have to say the change is massive between when we started and now. All right, so we got that. Then we have this floor, this entrance floor. And then all we have is the hardwood. All right, hardwood it is. Lobby floor, right in the lobby. All right, yeah, so we already got that. We'll try to come over here a bit and get that as well. Yeah, I got a feeling lobby floor. Oh, so that's a whole different lobby floor. So this is kind of our line of demarcation. So we'll get this floor taken care of before we go proper hardwood entrance floor. Oh, this is one floor. All right, cool, got that. And is this a separate lobby floor? It is. So we'll go ahead and get this taken care of. Watch for the change. Yeah, there it is. So this will be our line here. And we're not at 50%. Not even doing these floors and the food court. Not even 50. All right, so here we go. Last push. A massive lobby floor. We'll keep going until it changes, which I think is going to be right here at the dance floor. So we'll just kind of cordon this off. Split this right in half. And we'll just do this big lobby floor in one fell swoop. Hopefully a lot of percentage gains. That'd be awesome if it did hit 50% while we're here. But it may not. Oh, that dance floor is actually going. That might be trippy. As we're cleaning it, just going crazy. Okay, we might hit 50. We're at 45 now. And we've got half the lobby floor done. Nah, we'll be just shy of 50. But before we leave, what we'll do is we'll take a look at what is left. Just sort of scope around and see what kind of things it will be getting into next time. Finishing up this thing. And if the jobs get bigger than this, I don't know, it's one of those things where I don't know if to finish the series or not. Because doing multiple episodes on one job might get fairly old. And it's a lot of rendering and uploading time for me. On top of playing it, if every job's going to be 2 hours from here on out or more. Alright, so we'll do one more run down the center. And that'll be lobby floor done. Nice. All right. So, that is 46%, and everything in here is good. Locker room and all that other stuff. So, we've got bar area, bar seating, the DJ booth, photo booth. All right, so a lot of open space, not a whole lot, I don't think, of, you know, stuff that'll block us. But yeah, that roof is going to be a killer. On top of the sound system is going to be killer. And then it should be fairly straightforward. So that'll do it for me and this half, everyone. Next time, we're finishing up the disco here. But like, share, and subscribe if you are so bold. Thank you so much for tuning in. And I'll see you in the next PowerWash Sim 2 video. Take care.